guys, Tony here, CreativeFish Studio, and I just want to do a video because somebody asked me about my community freshwater tank. I haven't done any updates on it, and so he was asking about it. I focused a lot on some of the saltwater things that I'm doing right now, but I've still got plenty of freshwater tanks, and I'll look at that today. I just wanted to thank everybody for inviting me into the community here on YouTube, for commenting on the videos. I'm trying to get back. I just got back from a work trip and from a camping trip, and so I'm trying to get back and catch up on everybody else and leave comments. So you should be seeing some from me here soon. But the question again was about my freshwater community tank, and now there's a long and short answer to that. I'll kind of go in the middle, I think. Basically, I ended up changing everything about that tank. It's no longer where it was because I put my 40-gallon breeder saltwater tank in that location. I'd moved the 20-gallon freshwater community up to the top of here, but up there is now the BioCube, another saltwater tank. And so I'd actually done that as kind of like a quarantine tank at one time, and so I actually ended up having to, in a hurry, move that group of community fish out and put them in another spot. So I'm going to show you what I've done here. Give me just a second. Alright, so I've got three 20-gallon long tanks here on the bottom. You can see the one with the more of a brown tint to it from the tannins in the wood is going to be that community tank here. And so I'll come down in here and give you a little look. I've still got most of the fish. I did lose a couple, unfortunately, before I actually did all of the moving because of some tank issues I was having. So it's most of the fish are still here. I've got the zebra danios, I've got the neon tetras, the corridor down here on the bottom is having a good old time. The rainbow shark, and so the other thing that I did was I removed the guppies. I still have them. I'll show them to you in just a second. And I removed some of the plants for some of the other tanks. So I've still got some of the decorations that I had in here before, way in the back, and I'm actually running now a sponge filter for this tank. So it's a pretty large dual sponge setup, and every week I take one of the sponges out and I clean it out and leave the other one to have that bacteria built up in it. So I still have the dwarf gourami. One of them was actually lost. He didn't do so well because this particular gourami, even though they were together in the tank I got him from, became very aggressive toward him, and he was always hiding. And I did quarantine him for a while, but I did end up losing him, as well as the African spotted leaf fish, which was a bummer. I do have this balloon molly, which my son really wanted, and I thought was kind of ridiculous, I'll be honest. But I absolutely love it. It's got so much personality. Those big fins on the side are just so cute to watch. And most of the time I'll come in here, think I'm gonna feed them. So if I'm standing up here, they all start to gather up at the front, waiting for me to feed them, as well as the molly here, who's, like I said, it's really, really cute to watch him swim. So this is the tank. Everything is, again, the same. It's just not a 20 tall. It is a 20 long, which actually gives some of them more room to swim. The gourami's being a little aggressive right now, which he usually isn't, especially toward the molly. The molly usually is just swimming wherever he wants and happy as can be. But the tetras, everything else is doing good. Let me pop over here real quick. So you'll see stuff in the background. I need to just I don't paint the backs of my tanks. I just use like foam core, black foam core that I put behind them, and I haven't done that here yet because I've got like workbenches, ammo cans, supplies for the house on the back side there. But this is where the guppies ended up, and so they're all doing well here. I've actually got a mixture right now, mainly female and a couple of male in there, and I'm gonna try breeding them. This is in a 10-gallon tank. Down below here is one of my favorite betas I've ever seen, and so I ended up picking it up, and it's in a 5-gallon. And we have 3 of these beta. I've learned now that it's actually beta, but I have a hard time breaking the habit of saying beta. But that ice blue on the tail fin is just gorgeous to look at. Tank's a little dirty at the moment. Again, sponge filters. I run a lot of sponge filters. And here's a more typical beta. He was really active and all of his fins were spiked up when I moved this beta over here, because I did have guppies in this tank for a while until I put this one in when I found him, and had to have him because of just the color, the blues. I really dug it. So anyway, that's kind of the update. So I've still got most of the same stuff that I've got for freshwater. I've got my cichlid tank here. And these guys are looking absolutely gorgeous. And the green spotted puffer is down here. This is a convict, but he was too aggressive to be with the other South American cichlids, so he had to get put into his own tank. So those are my freshwater fish there, Victor. Hope that this update is what you're looking for. You can see I've just got one light that I've strung across all three. It's a fluval, and it works really well actually spread across the three like this. Hope you're all having a great time fish keeping, and we'll talk to you later.